First time seeing AJ?
Yes.
How did it feel being that close to AJ?
It's not my fighter though. It's the same with every fighter.
What do you expect to do July 25th?
He wants to come in the ring when I win, July 25th. Feel welcome. Come into my territory. I'm the landlord. I'm going to welcome you into my home. You don't welcome me into your home. I buy your home. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so if he wants, come to Jeddah, July 25th, and we can get face to face.
When it's my manager, Keith, calling me, he say, we have a big opportunity.
The biggest?
Yeah. I said, because I'm supposed to fight in June 6th. And I say, who's that? They say AJ, and first I can't believe it. I say, let's do it.
So they picked you because they expect you to lose. You've come here almost to upset the apple cart, they say here, to cause the big upset. Do you find it offensive they picked you to lose?
I don't think it's offended me, but I'm happy because they underestimated me. I think it's not a good idea.
Anthony Joshua is ready to make another powerful statement, but Kristian Prenga is determined to shock the boxing world. Experts believe Joshua's speed, experience, and explosive power give him the edge, while Prenga's toughness and confidence make him a dangerous opponent. Will AJ dominate as expected, or can Prenga pull off one of boxing's biggest upsets? Watch until the end.
So I would think it's probably a safe match for Joshua, but I think this is what he needs. Like I say, training camp is what he needs more than the fight. He's got a lot of experience. I don't think he needs necessarily more fights, but I think Joshua wins inside 2.
Okay, I agree. I think this fight's going to be over pretty quickly.
Frank Warren doesn't hold back his respect. He admits Prenga steps into rare company, facing a true top 10 heavyweight monster. Anthony Joshua still ranks among the very best fighters walking this planet, and Warren knows it clearly. Big names, big pressure, but Joshua carries championship blood every round.
Not the greatest opposition to be stepping up and fighting somebody of AJ's ilk, who's still a top 10 ranked heavyweight in the world. And
Joe Rogan drops pure respect for Anthony Joshua's legendary frame. An Olympic gold medalist who once smashed Vladimir Klitschko into pieces, Joshua owns one of boxing history's most incredible physiques. Rogan calls him a monster built completely different, a heavyweight king carved from pure muscle, raw power, and relentless hunger.
The real competitor. He's a huge guy, punches very hard. It's not like he's just a YouTuber or something like that. Kickboxers have been notoriously good boxers, and so is he. He's a good boxer.
Teddy Atlas paints Prenga as a giant wall of muscle, tough and heavy-handed, a mountain built to survive punishment. Atlas warns fans that hitting him won't be easy because this man bangs back hard. Yet even giants fall when facing real heavyweight royalty. Anthony Joshua has already smashed bigger, scarier names on boxing's biggest nights, an Olympic gold medalist with knockout power in both fists. Everybody remembers what happens when Joshua finds his range and that famous right hand.
I don't know what these cameras edit and they make people think of me, but I'm a normal lad that's giving 110% what I can. This is what we do. I'm a fighter through and through, and I believe in myself. However far that takes me, let it take me all the way, because I'm going to give myself 100% to the game. People like Froch, they're good. They're entitled to their opinions, but all I got to prove it to is myself. No Froch, no my mum, no my dad. It's all about me.
Mike Tyson drops words that hit harder than most punches ever could. He warns fighters that danger always waits nearby, especially when you feel comfortable or unprepared. Staying ready, always ready, becomes the golden rule inside boxing's brutal world. Anthony Joshua clearly lives by that exact warrior mindset every single day. Discipline, focus, and constant preparation built his legendary Olympic gold career, and that same relentless fire keeps pushing him toward another huge statement this July 25th fight night.
But what I've never ever not said is he's an unbelievable athlete and a good fighter and a very dangerous fighter, and someone who would be a
a nightmare to be in the ring against, given his size, his tools, his attributes, you know, just the whole presence of him. I think it's a very tough fight. I think it's a potential to be a
Derek Chisora keeps his praise simple, honest, and straight to the point about Prenga's work ethic. He calls him a true gym rat, grinding every day from January straight through December without excuses or shortcuts. That kind of dedication earns real respect inside boxing's toughest circles worldwide. Yet even gym rats face different levels once Anthony Joshua steps between those ropes with Olympic gold experience behind him. Chisora's words highlight real discipline, sure, but Joshua's raw power, championship pedigree, and relentless hunger remain the true difference makers heading into this massive July showdown night for everyone watching closely at home.
Oh, grew up in Alabama. What's Alabama for you? Imagine a black man in Alabama aged like 20, 30, 40 years ago.
Peter Fury breaks the fight down with brutal honesty and sharp boxing wisdom. He predicts Prenga will study Joshua carefully, testing his boxing early before committing fully to real exchanges. But Fury warns that presenting your chin too early against Anthony Joshua becomes a fatal mistake instantly. Joshua carries destructive, fight-ending power inside both hands, and once that perfect shot lands clean, everything changes immediately for his opponent. Fury's prediction paints a short, violent story, one where Joshua's experience, timing, and sheer heavyweight punching power decide everything long before the later rounds even arrive for anyone watching tonight closely.
I think he'll have a look at him. I think he'll get behind his boxing, he'll have a look, but unfortunately, you know, I think he'll present his chin a little bit too quick.
Right.
And somebody with AJ's power, he's got destructive power, so as soon as that shot lands.
Frank Warren compares Anthony Joshua to a fine wine, somehow improving with age instead of slowing down like most heavyweights eventually do. Warren proudly reveals Joshua now sits as mandatory challenger for the world title, a massive milestone worth genuine celebration. He promises everyone involved will move heaven and earth, making sure Joshua gets his rightful world title shot sometime next year. That statement alone proves how far Joshua has traveled since his Olympic gold beginnings. Warren's confidence reflects what fans already believe deeply. Joshua isn't fading at all. He's evolving into an even smarter, scarier heavyweight threat, ready to conquer every fight placed in front of him this year.
He's getting better and better. He's like a fine wine. He's getting better with age. There's no doubt about that. And now he's in a great spot. You know, he's the mandatory challenger for the WBO title against Usyk.
Joe Rogan paints a wild picture describing Anthony Joshua's unique fighting style inside that ring. He explains how Joshua constantly pressures opponents, moving forward while pushing pace relentlessly without any real rest periods allowed. Rogan famously compares him to a giant version of Lomachenko, mixing elite footwork with terrifying heavyweight power together. That combination remains extremely rare inside boxing's heavyweight division, historically speaking. Most big men move slowly, predictably, easy to read after a few rounds pass by. Joshua breaks that entire mold completely, blending sharp speed, smart angles, and fight-ending power into one frightening heavyweight package fans everywhere love watching every single time he steps inside that ring.
Everything is he's putting it on you and moving constantly. Like I always say, he's like a giant Loma.
Liam Goff hypes this matchup like a true boxing insider who understands star power completely. He explains both fighters carry massive names, drawing huge crowds and serious worldwide attention toward this event. Goff predicts pure chaos, carnage, and an explosive knockout finish, calling it phenomenal without any hesitation whatsoever. Stylistically, this matchup guarantees pure excitement from the very first bell to the last. Anthony Joshua's raw power combined with Prenga's toughness creates a genuinely unpredictable, electric atmosphere heading into fight night. Goff's excitement mirrors what millions worldwide already feel deep down. This isn't just another ordinary fight. It's a legitimate heavyweight spectacle worth every single second of hype surrounding it.
Guys are big enough names, they draw huge audiences, and it's a mega fight in terms of just stylistically. I mean, it guarantee a good fight. The result, carnage, knockout. What more do you want to say? It's just, there's no way that fight doesn't go, or there's no way that fight doesn't end in a knockout. It's phenomenal. But I like the idea.
Frank Warren delivers a serious warning that every fan needs to hear before fight night arrives. He reminds everyone that Joshua enters this ring during his athletic prime, dangerous, sharp, and completely unproven when it comes to ever tasting a real knockout defeat. Warren highlights how Joshua only suffered one stoppage before, and that came from a cut, never from genuine punching power. He explains how Joshua starts fights fast, aggressive, and extremely hard-hitting during early exchanges. That makes him a legitimate threat on paper for anyone stepping across from him.
Yeah, but you know, he's fighting a guy who's in his prime and a guy who's dangerous. He's never been knocked out. He's had stoppage on a cut. He's never been knocked out, and he's dangerous, as you say. And he starts fast. He's certainly early on in fights. He hits hard. He's a big puncher.
Boxing pros from every corner of the sport have spoken, and the prediction feels crystal clear tonight. Anthony Joshua walks into July 25th as the bigger name, the bigger threat, and the bigger story overall. Frank Warren calls him a top 10 heavyweight, still improving with age. Joe Rogan calls him a monster with a rare, giant Lomachenko style. Eddie Hearn, Teddy Atlas, Spencer Oliver, Derek Chisora, and Peter Fury all respect Kristian Prenga's toughness, yet every single one still backs Joshua's power, experience, and championship pedigree completely. Liam Goff promises pure carnage and an unforgettable knockout finish worth all the hype surrounding it. Even Mike Tyson's warrior mindset lives inside Joshua every single day of training. Prenga enters brave, dangerous, and hungry for the big upset. But the pros all agree Anthony Joshua's size, skill, and destructive power make July 25th another huge night for boxing's true modern heavyweight king.